How did I even get here? I went down a rabbit hole. Where did I come out? I don't know. I definitely ask him every time I turn around, do you like this? Do you like this finish? Do you like what I'm selecting? You don't want to get into that new home and have any regrets and think, oh my gosh, I really wished we had done that, instead of, letting it go.
Hold my hand and hear the words I say. Close your eyes and let us fade away. Build a secret place for you and me, and let our minds be caught up in a dream. Quiet voices in the night. Time is running out of sight.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is our 4th episode in our Dream Build series, and I'm so glad to have you here with me today because we're going to be talking about the design ideas I have for the exterior of our new build. I am so excited to jump into this. So I fully intended to basically show you all my design boards and design ideas for the entire house. But when I started really thinking about it, I thought, oh my gosh, this video would get really, really, really long. So I thought, well, instead of just jumping into the whole pool, let's just dip our toe in and start off with just the exterior finishes today. And then I can branch out and do several other videos that might group. I was thinking like the next video could be the entryway, the library, and the living room maybe. And then I'll just kind of break them down like that. Otherwise, these could just get extremely long. But before we get into the video, I actually wanted to give any of you that may be new to this channel, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. I wanted to let you know kind of where we are, how we got here. So we recently moved here to the state of Tennessee about 6 months ago, and we are currently in the process of building a new home. We purchased a little over 2 acres of beautiful property, and we are so blessed, so thankful to have found this piece of property. It's like a little piece of heaven for Corey and I. And we are actually going to be building our own home, contracting the build of our own home. And we are technically owner builders. And if you don't know what an owner builder is or what an owner builder does, please go check out our first episode. It explains all of that. And if you're planning on doing a new build, we also have a video that may be of interest to you that will help you determine your budget and how much it will cost you to do a new build. Plus, our last video was on our house plans, and we kind of showcased a little bit of our house plans. But today we're going to dive in deeper and actually look at just the exterior of the home. Also, I wanted to let you know kind of an update on where we are currently in the process of the build. And Corey would normally be here with me. We do these, the Dream Build series side by side. And I'm sorry to say he will not be joining me today. He's out actually on the property right now with a surveyor. They are getting into the nitty-gritties of our property lines and setting up stakes so that we know exactly where the property ends and where it begins. Our property is a little bit odd shaped in the sense that it's a little narrower in the front, kind of widens towards the back, and it kind of has a little bit of a bend in it. So we're just trying to figure out exactly where our property begins, where it ends, figuring out where the easements are, where we can technically build so that we can start clearing the land. Our property is so beautiful, but it is basically nothing but trees and brush and just overgrowth right now. So in order for us to figure out exactly where we need to put the pad for the new house, we had to figure out where the property lines existed first. So that's what Corey is doing today. This is our very first from the ground up fully custom home. It is going to be our last home. We did retire. We retired, both of us retired under the age of 55. So we retired early, and this is definitely going to be our last home. And we're so very excited to get this process rolling. So today we're just going to focus on the exterior and exterior finishes of the house. And I'm so excited to share this with you, all the things that Corey and I have come up with for the design of our brand new house. I thought a good jumping off point for us to discuss the exterior design and exterior finishes that we're going to be choosing for our house would be to go over exactly what style of home we are building. And basically the exterior of our home is what I like to call, it's definitely designed more French country, but I like to call it, because it has a very southern front porch, I like to call it French country meets southern living. And because we are also going to be adding elements of modern touches to the overall aesthetic of the house, I'm basically saying it's French country meets southern living with a splash of modern. And as you can see, again, the roof line, everything reflects very much French country, but that front porch with its lovely area to put some rocking chairs is definitely all about southern living. Let's talk about what we have decided on the overall color of our home. French country generally is light, airy finishes, things that are very neutral. So Corey and I have chosen to do an overall brick facade on the house, but we're going to be painting it. So it's going to just be a very basic, inexpensive red brick. And we've chosen the color from Sherwin, and it is white duck. It's a very lovely neutral white, meaning it's not too cool in tones and it's not too warm in tones. So it's very neutral, it's very middle of the road. And to complement that color, we are using Iron Mountain by Behr, and that color will be going on our shutters, the fascia, and any other trim, and also the garage doors. So we were going back and forth with the garage doors because we are also going to be putting in a black window package into this house. And we will be putting in windows that actually have a transom above them. So it'll make the windows appear much larger. And they will be black on the outside and also on the inside. So we thought, well, maybe we should paint the garage doors black to match the window package, and it was going to look fantastic. But then we started thinking about dirt and keeping them clean. Ultimately decided on Iron Mountain, which again is a very dark color, but I wanted it to be kind of seamless with the colors that we already have going on in the front of the house. And now for the front door, it's my dream to have a double entry door that is arched on the top and also has glass panes. I would like wavy glass so that it's not so easily and so transparent. I don't want the seated. I would prefer the wavy, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out also, but that's my hope. And we will be staining it probably pretty close to the flooring color. That's basically the color that we're thinking we're going to be staining the front door, as well as the posts on the front facade where the southern front porch is. So just the posts themselves will be that color, and the front door. So also for the front facade, I envision using some rock, and this has been one of my biggest challenges to date for the exterior, has been trying to find the right style of rock, the right color of rock. The problem I was having was I didn't want a stacked stone, the skinny little stacked stone that just stacks on top of each other. I wanted something that's more old world, and I thought having it look like it was on an old foundation. When we first went in to meet with the design person at Goodman Creations, which is the company that's doing our plans, when we first went in there, and I told her I wanted rock, and I wasn't really sure at that moment, other than I didn't want stacked rock. I was like, okay, I have no idea. I know I want rock. And so we went dark. because the lighter ones tended to blend with the paint color, and it was kind of like, well, if you're gonna put rock on, why would you want it blending? And we kept it that way. I came home and she sent us what we had done so far, and I started looking at it, and because of the dark roof and then the dark rock on the bottom, it made the house look like it was, you know, like meep, this like this big. And I was looking at it and I kept thinking to myself, I don't like that. I don't like that it's making our house look short. Like it's just this little meep of a house. And I realized it was because we had this dark banding, you know, as the bottom trim with the rock. And so I said, okay, no, that's not gonna work. So I really started diving into what kind of stone I liked, what colors I liked, and I came up with the Looters, and I believe it is the Buff is the color name, Buff. And it has different colors of the, like kind of like that white duck tone with other like warmer tones. And then it also has a blend of a little bit of gray and a little bit of a darker like slate gray. So it kind of all blends together and it's all mottled. But what I liked is the chopped rock, so that it's more squared and chopped, chiseled, you know, not irregular in the sense that it's pointed. It's got more of a squared off look to it. I'm really not explaining it, so I'll just pop that picture up there for you to see so that I can stop rambling on about how to describe this rock. But anyway, this is basically what I'm leaning towards right now. And I really like that it does blend well with the house color. And at the end of this video, I will put up the entire design board for this, and it'll put all the pieces together so that you can see them together. But I think that it blends really, really well with the white duck. And I think that's what I want. I don't think I want that high contrast with a darker rock color, because I feel like it just cuts the bottom of the house off. Now, Corey said to me, well, why do you want a rock? Why do we want to pay for rock that's just going to blend, you know, and not stand out? And I sat back for a minute and I thought about it. And because we could just continue the brick down all the way and call it a day. But I really wanted to bring in some old world character to the home. And I thought to myself, no, it'll be noticeable. It's definitely going to be noticeable. It's going to be different than the brick, and it's going to have different mottled texture. Plus we have, I have this vision of the stairs. There's going to be 3 steps leading up to our front porch. And I have a vision of the sides of the stairs having like a little bit of a curvature to them, branching out a little bit wider at the bottom and narrowing at the top, coming up to the steps or the front porch. And I envision that rock being around all of that too. So the rock is definitely going to make a statement. And also the rock will be on the chimney, which will be at the roof. So it'll tie it upwards. It'll bring the rock upwards. And also on the back facade, which I will go ahead and show you, we have in the design of the home, we have a fireplace on the back patio that I also envision the rock being a part of. So I want to make sure that the fireplace has the same rock feature, and basically kind of in this style here where it has kind of a narrowed, I want a very plain front, but I do want it to kind of narrow in and give it a little bit of character. I would like to also have maybe a little bit of bench seating off to one side with the rock built up and a little bit of a ledge. So that's the idea with the rock. So for rain gutters, now, you know, you can get rain gutters that completely just blend right in with the house. But I had seen this inspiration photo and I thought to myself, wow, that's really nice. Especially since we're doing the black window package. I thought, well, that would be a really nice accent. You have to have rain gutters anyway. I like the little bucket at the top there, that little, you know, section that kind of enlarges. I think it's called a bucket. I'm not really sure. I'm not really, I don't know much about rain gutters, so I'm gonna call it a bucket. So follow along with me. But anyway, I liked the detail of that little bucket piece at the top, and then having it being a darker color, just, I don't know, I really liked the look of this. Now, will mine be going down the front of my house like this? Probably not. It's probably going to be going down the sides. So again, this may change, it may not, I don't know, but for right now, I'm leaning towards this look for our home as far as for the rain gutters. Something a little bit more styled, something with a little bit more pizzazz, because rain gutters are so utilitarian. They're necessary, but yeah, they don't need to be ugly. They can be pretty. They can be like jewelry on a house. So those are the ones that I've selected for now. Now for the roof, we have very bad storms here, and we can get very large hail. We get lots of wind, and it can wreak havoc on roofing. Here in this rental that we're living in, they've already had to come out and replace the roof, and we've only been here, like I said, 6 months. So yeah, and this house is not an old house by any stretch of the imagination. So the wind and the storms that come through here can definitely, play havoc on roofing. So we thought, okay, well, maybe we should do a metal roof or something that can withstand, that kind of weather. And when Corey brought it up to do a metal roof, I wasn't for it, because all I saw was a tin roof on my French country home, and I'm like, oh no, that is so not gonna work. But they do have metal roofing material now that mimics a lot of other different materials like slate and other things, and you wouldn't even really know that it's metal. But we ended up finding this one product that's actually made from, I believe, old tires, and I think it's recycled material, but it's basically rubber tiles. And it's called, the company's name is Brava, Brava. And we went through their whole website and looked at, they have a ton of selection as far as color and shingle type, from a standard traditional looking shingle to slate roofing to, whatever it is that you like, you can pretty much get it with this recycled rubber material. So we ended up finding the one that we liked, and it's called Light Arendelle, and it does have a variation in it that does mimic a darker slate color. And I liked that because it also blended really well with our color of our shutters and the fascia. So I just thought it looked really nice. It had this nice, rich, deep color to it. Now, we do not at this moment in time know what the pricing is for this material. Again, this is one of those things where if it's going to cost us too much, then we probably will have to find an alternate. But with that said, the roofing is probably one of the most important things for the exterior of our home. One of the most important things that we probably will try not to skimp on. Like I said, there's lots of storms here. I want something that's going to last us. I don't want to have to go back and re-roof the house, 5 years from now. So it's very important that we don't skimp on certain materials. Does that mean that I might have to forego some finishes in the house? Then so be it. Some things in the house can be done later on, and Corey is totally capable of doing that. So, and for instance, we have that apartment over the secondary garage. We also have a bonus room that is part of the main house. We probably will not be able to finish those spaces out with the build of our new construction. They will probably be unfinished spaces when everything's all said and done. Intention with us going back later to put in those finishes, so they'll probably be DIY projects for us later on. If we have the budget, by all means, we're going to put, we're going to do it all up right, but if we don't, those are the places that we're going to cut back and cut corners on, because those spaces are not, they're important to us. They're important that we have the plumbing and the walls and things in place, but the finishing part of it is not something that we have to have done right now. I'm hoping that we can find the budget for the good roofing material. The company's name again is Brava. None of this is sponsored in any way, shape, or form by any of these companies that I am naming off here. I will also be linking all of these colors and product choices down below in the description box, so that if you do like anything here, that you can go back and find it later on, if maybe you're designing or looking to do some changes in your own home. For exterior lighting, primarily the things that are at the forefront of my mind will be the sconces, probably on flanking either side of the front door. And I have seen a really cool design lately, trend, I guess I should say, lately, that they're taking the sconces, the lighting sconces, or the carriage lighting, and putting a larger single light over the garage. Instead of on the sides of the garage, they place one above the garage. And I really like that look. We do have a lower roof line, so I'm not entirely sure how it's going to look on our home. So I'm still kind of on the fence about that. You know, I'm not that I can't put them on either side of the garage doors. We could, but I really like the look of having something above the garage. So we're kind of still throwing that one around. I'm tending to lean towards using black lighting fixtures because I want to be able to tie in again the black window package that we're going to be utilizing. And this style is what I'm leaning towards as of right now. Also, I really wanted to put in the gas lanterns because I love that little flicker that they have. Now, of course, those tend to be more expensive. They have kind of been a trend that I've been seeing, but I do like them. So again, I'm not really sure if I'm going to lean towards a gas fixture or not. Again, it's gonna depend on the budget mostly, and I'm not opposed to just putting, you know, electric lights out there. That's totally okay too. What I would like would be the gas lantern, but like I said, we'll see how that works out. And here is my entire design board for you. Like I said, wanted to show you everything put together just so you can see how things kind of blend, the direction I'm kind of leaning for all of these finishes. We are so very thrilled to show you all a 3D rendering of our proposed new home. This rendering is done at each stage of the design process with Goodman Creations. And again, we cannot say enough good things about them. Please bear with me as I maneuver through this program. I'm feeling a little bit challenged, but I am getting better at it. I hope to have it down by the time I showcase our interior. And here's the beautiful front elevation of our home. The French country design is very evident here with the low roof line, and then the front steps leading to our covered southern front porch. The two dormers up on top actually are just for decorative purposes. Over here on this side elevation, these two windows on the side here are actually the windows that will be in our kitchen. That front window on the other side wall is to the hallway leading into our laundry room, which is that other small window there on the side next to the garage doors. And then the two dormers on top is where our bonus room will be. And now we're proceeding to the back elevation of our property, and I'll give you a show of that here. So basically that little back patio there has a nice fireplace and also an area for a built-in barbecue, basically an outdoor kitchen of any type. Corey really hasn't come to any design conclusion for the outdoor kitchen yet, but he's working on it. So now here you'll see that we have a double door slider. So those two doors in the middle actually slide open for a larger opening. We also have dormers or not dormers, I'm sorry, transom windows above the sliding glass door. And then this garage door over here on the right hand side, that is basically an extra garage door that if we were to have parties or anything like that, we could roll it up and use that third bay in the garage, just for more outdoor entertaining space. Also, I don't know, there's a transom above the dining room window to the right there. I don't know why it's white, so it just, the program for whatever reason. That outside door there leads into our garage, which also will lead into the house. And then we have a side door that leads into the dining room and kitchen area. Again, I'm gonna turn this little program around here and show you the idea we have for the outdoor fireplace, again with those ledges on each side, and the outdoor barbecue area. And those posts on the back of the house will also be the same wood color as the front doors and the front posts. Now those two windows here on the left are to the master bedroom. And then as we come around to this side, there's a small window there that is in our master bathroom, as well as this other small window on the side here. So there's two windows into our master bathroom. Now the rock up there on the chimney will also tie in with the rock that's around the base of our entire home. It will also be the same rock that we're using on the fireplace on the back. And then that window there leads into a spare bedroom. And here, if you'll notice, there's a subtle drop off in the land next to the front porch. And that's so that I could have those steps leading up to the front porch, because basically we're doing just a poured slab concrete for the foundation. And in order for me to have steps leading up into, the house, we would have to make the land slope down. So that is the idea, that's the plan. So when we have the property graded, hopefully that will all work out. And here's one final look at our beautiful new home. I'm beyond words right now. This whole process has been amazing, and both Corey and I look forward to each phase like two little kids waiting on Christmas. I'm very excited. I can't wait to see this vision that I have come to life. We're still in the process of finalizing the plans. Most of the detailed work of the actual plans themselves has been ironed out. We're just kind of going over finishes. It's always good to take a step back after it's all kind of been laid out for you, before it's been finalized, and look at it with a fresh set of eyes and see if there's anything that you might want to, change up, because you don't want to get into that new home and have any regrets and think, oh my gosh, I really wish we had done that, instead of, letting it go. So if that's, any help to any of you that may be thinking of building a new home, definitely take your time with the plans. Do not rush your plans, because like I said, you don't want to move in and have any regrets. And I also wanted to let you know, and this may help any of you who are in the process of building a new home or thinking about building a new home, or even if you're just maybe remodeling or redoing a specific room. I felt like going on Pinterest, utilizing Houzz, all the things that the internet has to offer to help you come up with ideas, has been a little bit overwhelming, in the sense that, I love getting the ideas. I love being able to see that. Don't get me wrong. I utilize those sites all the time. But I was finding that, like, if I was on Pinterest or Houzz, they tend to, like, I'll be looking for something specific for, let's just say, the kitchen. Let's say I was looking for a backsplash for the kitchen. And all of a sudden it would start giving you selections of other things and things that would go well with it. And pretty soon, all of a sudden, I'm on furniture that goes in our master bedroom. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I was just looking at finishes for the kitchen, and now I'm looking at bedroom furniture. How did I even get here? I went down a rabbit hole. Where why? Where did I come out? I don't know. There's just like, it takes you off in all these different directions, and I had to stay so focused. I had to keep myself on track because I could spend hours and hours and absolutely get nowhere. And I also found that just saving them into boards, like, and I was saving them, you know, per room, like for the library or for the master bedroom or for the master bathroom or the laundry room, whatever room it is. I would have it saved for those specific rooms. But the other problem I was finding, the more I looked, the more I sent over to these, you know, saved spaces. And I started thinking, oh my gosh, I have 500 inspiration pictures in here in one room. And that's just too much to weed through, quite frankly. And I was starting to lose things that I absolutely loved. And then I thought, well, okay, I'll go through each one painstakingly and start moving them over to a different board that like would be the final of the house. And again, that one was getting bogged down with too many pictures, and I was losing track of things. And I just said, oh, forget this. I can't operate like this. And so what I did is I went on Amazon and I bought this linen, so pretty, this little linen covered binder. And I've also purchased some clear protector sheets. And I also picked up some dividers, and they're just in this nice, pretty little natural color. And basically what I'm going to do, each divider will be broken up into a specific room in the house. And I will put in any pictures into the binder here. I'll put any pictures into the binder that, you know, like pictures of the tile or the flooring or anything like that, or just a design idea in general. I will put it in for that specific room, and I'll have it with me. So like if we go to look at flooring, and I know I want to match something particular, like maybe I want to make sure my cabinets and my flooring are working well together, I can go right in here and go, oh yeah, I've got a picture of that, and then I can kind of compare. So is this kind of old school? Yeah, probably, but I'm a very visual person, and like I said, when we were talking with the girl that was helping us at Goodman Creations, she's basically the design person for the plans, and I kept going, oh no, I have an idea, this is what I want to do, and I was scrolling through all these pictures and I couldn't find it, and I was getting frustrated because I couldn't find it. So like I said, I just feel like this is going to help me out so much better, and clearly I haven't started it yet. So the only thing I have in here right now is just an example of a window package that we want to do for when we go back in to meet with her. So anyway, I'm finding that this is going to be the best way for me. And so if that can help any of you that might be in the same boat we are, or maybe starting out, or like I said, if you're just remodeling or any kind of project at the house, sometimes it's just easier to keep a little binder of your ideas than to have them loaded on your phone or saved on your computer. And so yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm very excited to start getting some of those pictures put in here. So there it is. There are the design ideas for our new home. I hope you've enjoyed watching this. I'm just so grateful and so blessed to have had you here with me today. We would love to hear your feedback, so please leave us a comment below. We would love to know if there's something maybe that you're seeing that we're not seeing, that we might need to tweak, or maybe you have a suggestion to give us. Maybe you've gone through building a new home and you have some wisdom to impart on us. We would love to hear it. Please stay tuned for our next episode in our Dream Build series, where I will be tackling some of the interior spaces, some of my design ideas for that. I believe, as of right now, it will be the entryway, the library, and the living room, because those are the first three spaces that you would encounter when coming into our home. So I think those are the three spaces that I'm going to tackle next for the next episode. And as always, I appreciate you all so very much. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Please hit that like button and don't forget that little bell. It'll let you know when we upload our next video. And I will see you again next time. And hopefully Corey will be with me next time on the next Dream Build series episode. We'll see. It's going to be design oriented, so he might bow out. I don't know, but maybe we can get him to do a little cameo. Anyway, I love you all, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.
Making echoes as we walk.